So it's that time of year where I'm looking back on 2021, but also setting goals for 2022. So I just wanted to take some time and give you a channel update, give you a little bit more information behind the scenes, because usually all the videos are very focused on a specific topic, and I don't try to fill them with much else than that specific topic. So this one is going to be completely different. It's no specific topic, and it's really about the channel and the business. So we're going to cover 4 things. The first one will be just the business itself. You're familiar with the YouTube channel, but there's a few other things going on. So I'll talk about that. Then 2021, how did that look? I have some notes here off to the side, so you'll see me kind of looking at my laptop here and sharing that information with you. Then the third thing we'll look at is 2022, what we'll be doing and where are we going. And then finally, I'll give you some recommendations for other YouTube channels that I watch and really enjoy. And I think you guys might as well if you're not already subscribed and watching them. So first up, what is the business that I've created? This is my first year going full time and really focusing on the YouTube channel and the business in general. Before this, the channel's been around for about 4 total years. 3 years, complete side hustle, pretty much for 2 years, not doing too much, slowly growing, slowly putting videos out. Then in 2020, I put out 1 video per week, and that saw really substantial growth at the end of 2020. And then 2021, pulling the ripcord, bailing out of corporate America and really giving this thing a shot and going full time. Then in 2021, I was focused on putting out 2 videos and doing a few other things that we'll talk about. So my business model in general is something I really think is powerful, and that's a combination of offline business and online business. So what does that mean? Offline business for me would be the combination of buying off-market properties, fixing those up, rehabbing those, and then reselling them. Kind of a traditional fix and flip business model. And then also rental properties. Some rental properties I own myself and manage myself and fix things myself and are super active on. That's a small, a few handfuls of properties. But I also do some passive investing where I will just put some capital into other projects with people that I know, like, and trust. So that offline business feeding the online business, and that is predominantly YouTube, but we'll talk about some of the other things we have going on as we look to 2022. It is growing currently and will go substantially past just the YouTube channel. So everyday home repairs being more of a brand opposed to just a YouTube channel. Now, why I think that combination is so powerful is offline business traditionally might be more of the exchanging time for money. Kind of like a job, right? So you can get a really great hourly rate, but you have to put in those hours to make that income. The online business can have a little bit more scale. So let's say I was doing a job changing out a toilet, right? So that toilet change out is worth some value that I could charge to a customer, even though I'm not a handyman that gets paid, but that has some value, exchange time for money. But if I capture that in an online article on my website and or a video on the YouTube channel, and that gets tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, possibly 1 million or 2 views, well, that can actually have scale, right? So I invested a certain amount of time because I captured it in a video or article. It took me a little bit more time, right, to do that job, but it had some value when I actually did the job, and then it can scale over time. So a YouTube video that has, 1 or 2 million views in my area could be worth $5,000, $10,000. And if you're savvy about other revenue streams, could be even worth more. So just something to think about when you start thinking outside the box about business, right? Offline or online business. There's some really interesting hybrid business models, and that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. So hopefully that gives you a little more idea on number 1, what my business is. That same business will continue on hopefully for years and years and years to come. So now number 2, let's look back at 2021 for the channel. So the channel, like I had mentioned previously, I put out 2 videos per week for the entire year. So I started off 2021 with the goal of reaching 225 videos published on the channel. And this video right here is number 225. So we got to 225. That was 104 additional videos throughout this year. And what did that do for the channel? So that grew us from 47,000 subscribers at the start of 2021 to 225,000 subscribers at the end of 2021. Now, subscribers I view as a quote-unquote vanity metric. It really isn't directly correlated to how many views you get. YouTube is really good at putting your videos out there to people that don't subscribe to your channel, just as long as they've shown interest in those type of topics. So subscribers, you can kind of take it or leave it. It is one of the ways that we do quantify like the success of a channel, but it's not actually directly related to revenue. Revenue comes from views. So how did our views do? We started off with a total view count of all time. So the 3 years before 2021, we had 6 million total views across all of our videos. Then in 2021, we added substantially to that. So we added 26 million additional views. So we ended the year going from 6 million to a total view count of 32 million. So it was a great year for the channel, and thank you for that. As you guys have been supporting us all along the way. So I really do appreciate you guys, and hopefully you're getting some value out of those videos. So that's 2021. Let me know if you guys have anything specific in terms of questions in the comments. When it comes to talking about business, it's something I really don't do on the channel. The channel's focused on DIYers and helping them save time and money with their repairs around the house, but it's something I really like to do. I could go on for hours about this, but we will not. We will progress to number 3, and that is 2022. What is coming ahead of us? What are we going to be focusing on? So obviously we'll be focusing on the YouTube channel. That's still priority number 1, but I will be slowing down slightly, and my target is to put out 75 videos in 2022. I put out 104 videos in 2021. New target is to put out 75 videos in 2022. Now, why I'm quote unquote slowing down is because I'm trying to focus on everyday home repairs to move it past just a YouTube channel. What does that mean? So we have a website, everydayhomerepairs.com is something that we've been putting similar topics out on articles or blog articles that I call it. It's a blog in general. And that's the similar thing. Some people prefer to read and to go through the text opposed to watch a video. So it's just putting additional information out there, and it's also something you can grow, but it's just a tiny little baby. It gets around 17,000 views right now. So I'm still in that like early stage. I'm just starting to get the flywheel turning, but same thing. If I put steady effort into that, it will start to spin up and start to actually create additional revenue streams for the brand. And then something you might not have seen is we have a Facebook group. So we have a Facebook group called Everyday Home Repairs Community. That is about 74,000 people right now. It's growing insanely rapidly, and it has really high value. So if you have a question on your home, you can post the pictures, you can post videos. The better you form your problem with pictures and videos and what you're facing, the more likely you'll get valuable feedback. Now you'll get tens, even hundreds of comments back on your project, and sometimes even within the same day. Now, it is Facebook. You kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. Not everybody knows what they're talking about. So you got to look through all those comments, pull out the comment threads, and then try to apply that to your project. So it is something you might want to go over there and join up if you have some questions on your specific projects. That is the best place to go and get those answered. Now, what will come of the Facebook group? Anybody knows. If you've ever been part of a Facebook group, you know sometimes they're great and then sometimes they turn toxic super fast. So I'm trying to keep the reins of the group and keep it focused on people getting their questions answered, but we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't go off the rails here in the future. Other things in 2022, you might start to see some of our videos in shorter form on Facebook. So I teamed up with a company called Jelly Smack, and they will be taking our YouTube videos, chopping those up, editing those into a shorter form, and then putting those on our Facebook page. Again, what will come from that? We'll see, but for multiple years, Jelly Smack and I will be working together on the Facebook page itself. And then the only other thing I'm doing, I'm dabbling in Amazon reviews, not the text reviews, but actually the videos. So a lot of the projects we do have a certain product. Maybe it's Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy. Maybe it's a non-contact voltage tester from Klein Tools. Maybe it's my favorite Wago 221 lever nuts. You can do small videos on Amazon that help buyers understand that product and whether or not they want to purchase it. That, again, is something you can make money on, but I'm just now getting started. Literally, I think I have about 5 views on the 4 or 5 videos that I have out there. So what I usually do in these new ventures is I give them a shot. So in my book, giving them a shot is probably 50 videos. So I'll put out 50 videos across multiple different products on Amazon, and I'll see what it does. If I'm getting encouraging results and it seems to be following a similar track to the YouTube channel or the blog, I'll continue on with it. And I'm sure we'll have hundreds and hundreds of videos on Amazon products that we like and trust, showing our experience, maybe showing them being used and giving buyers a little bit more information. So that's it. That's going to be 2022. We got a couple more things going on there. Again, let me know if you guys have any questions specifically on some of those things we mentioned for 2022. And then lastly, what are the YouTube channels that I think would benefit you guys? And here's just a couple. There's a ton of awesome YouTube channels out there, and I'm really encouraged on where things are going. But a couple that I really like. R&R Buildings. So specifically, this is for like post-frame buildings. That could be a barn, a garage, a shed, a barn dominium, a commercial property. They build those as their business. They have that offline business like I talked about. And then he puts his videos out on YouTube and does multiple other platforms, kind of sharing the building experience, sharing the products they're using, and sharing just the overall process. And I think they do an awesome job. I want to build my own garage or barn, maybe barn dominium in the future. So I just really like that content and see what products they're using. Project Farm has a huge YouTube channel. It's 2 million plus subscribers and just tons and tons of views. He provides an awesome service, and that is an unbiased view on products that you might use around your house or in your garage. So he has one on furnace filters, he has one on pliers, he has one on screwdrivers, and he really puts these things to the test so you can see, okay, is it really worth the money for me to spend a little bit more on that high-end tool? How did it actually perform with this guy doing unbiased testing? So that one I think is a definite must to subscribe to, and it'll really help you in making purchasing decisions. Third one would be the Vancouver Carpenter. I'm really not that skilled with drywall, so the Vancouver Carpenter that's what he does, again, as an offline business, and then he puts his videos out for his online business as well. Again, a hybrid model, and I think he does a great job. And really does pertain to kind of DIYers and as they're learning. Vancouver Carpenter is where I would go to get that information. And then the Essential Craftsman. This is a home builder that has documented a speculative home build, a home that they built recently. And he does a lot of other videos out there, and is really just a professional and just a wealth of knowledge that he's sharing online. He's also, I think, a blacksmith and just has a ton of skills that he's sharing with the world through YouTube. I think he does an awesome job and definitely worth a subscribe. Now, there's many others out there, but that's just a handful of channels I think would benefit you. That is the recap video. Hopefully that gave you a little bit more understanding on the business model itself, how 2021 went, where we're going in 2022, and then also some of those other YouTube channels that I think benefit you. Now, if you want to dive a little bit deeper in one of our rehab projects, here's one where I really do go through the financials of what we bought it for, how much we put into it, and then what we ultimately sold it for. So thanks for joining me on this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.